3, Dark Magic and a Lemon. This chapter contains adult content between John and Rose. If you do not like it, please skip over it. I'm really enjoying writing this story, but I'll upload more tomorrow. This is the last update for now, and I want reviews. John and Rose were in a field holding hands and kissing. They were alone and the sun was high in the sky. Rose was in a long white dress and a sun hat, and John was chasing her through corn and sunflowers. He felt happy. She spun around in a silken gown, brushed against the corn as she ran backwards in slow motion. John went to grab her, but she moved out the way and he stumbled over a giant cliff and fell into darkness.
John!
A voice boomed as he hit the floor.
I am the Dark Genie of Persephone, Aradia.
Thunder boomed, 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 boomed.
Your friends are in grave danger,
she said.
What do you mean?
John said he didn't want any harm to come to Rose, so he was worried since they hadn't had sex yet.
Jade is pregnant with the son of a devil.
Aradia bombed as more thunder struck loudly.
And Rose is next.
OMG! John giggled.
You must destroy the damned incubus on a night when the moon is full and spill his blood onto Jade and make her drink it so it kills the papa.
Aradia climbed.
But who is the incubus?
John demolished as he clenched his fists. Aradia glowed.
You must find out for yourself, John. Unlash the power from within, and do not let the demon take your Rose, or she will wilt.
She handed him 2 plastic horns.
When you put these on, you will turn into my faithful demon slayer, Erden.
She magistrated. He will serve you well.
Okay,
John said, and he woke up.
Oh, you're okay.
Rose said as she hugged John.
What happened?
John elaborated as Dave hugged him next. Dave raged.
Dark magic came out of your McDonald's burger and found its way to your soul. How?
John demanded.
We do not yet know.
Tavos commenced.
We think that by eating it, it disrupted the forces within your purities. Oh my god.
John said seriously. The next day at school, the group sat in a dark corner away from everyone else, and Hay tried to look what happened to John. But John knew deep down that there was a demon after Rose's ovaries. He couldn't bear the thought of his love falling into such a trap.
Maybe it was just food poisoning.
The fairy helped.
No, my legs began to shake with a need I have long forgotten when I saw the black aroma.
Tavos said.
Where are Jade?
Rose asked. Dave began to cry into Tavos' shoulder. John had a feeling in his gut that was not a god sign.
She cheated on me with a college guy.
He moaned into Tavos. He was so upset.
OMG, Dave.
Risk appeared as she pulled his face into her boobs. Dave cried into them instead.
John, we need to talk.
Rose announced.
Okay.
John said. They got up and went to a private part of the school where no one could see or hear them. John had a feeling that he would be unlucky, as some people call it, but he knew he had to be careful. He couldn't risk getting Rose pregnant, or the consequences would be fatality.
John.
Rose moaned.
Will you be my boyfriend?
Okay.
John said.
So you will have sex with me then, since that's what people do when they go out.
Rose said. John could not resist those gigantic bottoms in that tight school top, went begging for him to rip it off right there and plant his seed deep inside of her. But he had to control himself, or things would get bad.
I do not know, Rose.
John manifested.
Maybe we should wait.
I am tired of waiting for you, John. I want you to put it in me now.
Rose did not need to say more. John teared open her school shirt, and her boobies came springing out in a wave of bounciness. They were like those bouncy balls, only they were softer. He ripped off her skirt and looked at her panties. There was water already dripping from her panties, and her thighs were wet. He took off his trousers and then ripped her panties into two, feeling how wet they were between his hands. More water began leaking out of her flower while she moved. She took off her bra and then pulled down John's hard member and pressed it to a sacred area.
Put it in me, Johnny.
She cried loudly.
Okay.
You're going to have to cut this little bit out, okay? John said as she put his shaft into a tight hole. It was hot and wet inside. She began orgasming. Okay, let's redo the bit where Rose starts talking, but we'll cut the previous bit.
No.
Hey, what part?
Where she goes, put it in me, John.
That was amazing.
Really quick, you can tell that now.
No.
Okay, stop the recording. We'll just like cut the end bit out and then add this one on.
Derp, derpity, derp, 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 derpity, derp, 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 derp.
Put it in me, Johnny.
She cried loudly.
Okay.
John said as he put his shaft into a tight hole. It was hot and wet inside. She began orgasming, making sexual animal-like noises.
Oh, John, pull it in a little deeper. Oh, yeah.
Rose exclaimed. She clawed his back like a tigress in heat, and John continued to deflower his sweet Rose. He already felt close to consummating their love with his seed. He could feel the water flowing out of her and onto the floor beneath them, made him want to drink it all up and feed it to her. He could not control himself any longer, and they came together in one giant orgasm.
John!
She moaned as he came deep within her cavern, her flower oozing with the white liquid as he pulled out of her.
No, John! Rose!
Jade's loud cry mewled. They turned their sweaty heads to see Jade struggling in the grasp of a man who looked more evil than any other man they had seen. His aura emitted a dark energy that made the clouds come together and boom lightning.
Now that Rose has been given the seed, I can plant my spawn.
The evil man yelled.
Solux, it hath been a while.
Tavish trembled as he, Furry, Dave, Brisker, and Gumsy all came running up to the area.
John, use the power of my demon slayer to help Jade.
John heard Arandia's voice call. He reached into his pocket and pulled out the plastic horns and stuck them to his head. He felt like himself morphing into a different being until he was no longer John, but a purple-caped man with thick-rimmed glasses.
Solux.
John's now deep, Iridian voice boomed.
It's time to do.
John has transformed into Iridian, and Solux wants to plant his evil spawn. Who will win? Please review, and then you will find out.